Hey guys, I have always had this massive question in my head that is always there, and it's about why people change the subject when mental health is brought up, or why they choose to not listen to people that have it. And this always happens with me personally when I try and bring the subject up with my mum. She always somehow starts listening and then somehow manages to change the subject onto something else, and this just really annoys me because sometimes I have some really important things to tell her on how I'm feeling and just about what it's like, and just to get stuff off my chest about it really, and about my problems. And she basically sits there and doesn't even listen. She doesn't even give a crap, and I'm just basically annoyed with it. And also she also tells me that I'm handling it and that I know how to control the problem, and I'm just like, in my head, like, not really, I can, but I can't. Lately I've actually started saying no, I'm not really controlling it, it's basically controlling me. And that sort of makes it awkward as well, because then she doesn't want to know that, but she needs to know that. And like a lot of people, they don't want to talk about it either, and it's annoying that they don't, because even when you're with friends or something and they don't really understand it, they will always try and understand, and then they won't, so they'll just stop listening to you about it, or they'll change the subject as well, which also annoys me, because I just sit there and think, why don't you just shut the fuck up and actually listen for change, and try and understand something that's not really a problem but an actual disease that's going on. And a lot of people have it, like 1 in 4 people in a room will have a mental health condition, and it's like a lot of them won't even know that they have it, but they have it, and it's really annoying. It's like I tell people as well, if I could get rid of this, I would, but I can't. It's something that's affected me. It's something that I have to live with every day, like millions of people do, and something that I would love to talk about with my family and help them understand more, but they just, like a lot of people, want to think that there's nothing wrong, and that it doesn't need to be talked about, and that, you know, that you just are fine and it'll just go away if you don't talk about it. But it's not true. It won't go away. It never does. Nothing like that ever will go away. It'll always be there. And as long as people aren't talking about it, and as long as people are pretending that there's nothing wrong, that's what makes it worse. That's what makes people feel worse about themselves, because then they feel like they've got something wrong, or that they've done something, even though they haven't. It makes them feel that way, and it makes you feel like you're sort of inferior to other people, and that you shouldn't be around them. That's why I'm hardly ever around my family, because they just make me feel totally stupid and inferior. But anyway, I just wish that they could listen to me once about it. Like, I'm not even asking them to, you know, talk about it all the time, just once. I would like somebody out of my family to do it, because if they were to walk in anybody's shoes that has something like that and experience it, I would say a lot of them, especially half, probably wouldn't even be able to last 10 minutes. no long, or like they couldn't even, I wouldn't say they'd last a day really to deal with it, because to be honest, the first time I sort of found out that I had problems and that, I couldn't last that long, because I just didn't know what to do, and I wouldn't wish it on anybody to have something like that, but it could strike anybody at any minute. It struck me at just so quick. It was just the fastest thing that ever happened to me. But yeah, I think people should listen to people about it more. It should be spoken about more, really, and you shouldn't have to pretend that nothing's wrong, and you should be able to tell people how you're feeling, and you know, people should listen to you more. And yeah, I think we need to start getting people to talk about it more, because you know, people that don't want to talk about it, it is, to me, selfish, and it's selfish that they don't really want to understand about it. So yeah, they should actually listen a bit more.